Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. I'm back. Pat Bev is back. I'm back. I'm back in front of the cameras. Everyone that reached out, thoughts and prayers to the family. Thank you so much. It means a ton. Man, I missed out on so much basketball, but it's still so much to talk about. Um, I know you guys are wondering, Barstool, Hoopin Hollerin, we go dive into that. Uh, Obviously, Chris Paul retiring, we go dive into that. Trae Young, Washington Wizards, have to dive into that, right? Just a ton of topics that we could talk about, but I'm just so happy to be back in front of the camera. Tune in to the episode. My feelings towards Barstool. Um, as you guys know, that I'm currently not on Hoopin and Hollering right now. Uh, it, it came as a surprise a little bit, right? Um, actually shocked a little bit due to the fact that this show was the Pat Bev pod with Ron less than 6 months ago. So I get a call, right, through this whole process, right, this whole case process, right? I haven't been able to like really post anything with Barstool, just until everything was over with. Dave has done a phenomenal job being uh, communication wise, right? Allow me to still be with Barstool, but basically until I get my shit in order, you feel me? Like come back when you're not hot type of vibes. And I understood it. So now that, everything has been, the truths came out and everything is over with, um, I'll call Dave. Like, okay, cool. It's time to get back on the pod. Like, what's up? You feel me? And Dave say, have you talked to the guys? And I'm like, okay. I don't know why I got to talk to them, but all right. I hit the group chat. Mind you, through this whole time, right? And I don't want to harp too much on this, but through this whole time, like I ain't heard a word from Ron, right? Not one word. Not is you okay? Is family okay? Is mom okay? Is sister okay? Not a word, right? And you know, I'm I'm an emotional type of dude, so y'all let me know if I'm in my feelings or not. So Christmas come, and I know I'm gonna get a, Merry Christmas from him. And you feel me? I wait, and I don't get. And I hit him like, yo, Merry Christmas. Like, hope the fam is well. He hit me back like, oh man, was caught up with the family. Yeah, hope all is well. Mind you, I haven't talked to Ron on the phone since this situation has happened. Not one time. You talking about this look, like me and Ron go deep. Like, you feel me? Like I was there when his kids got baptized, So like, excuse me if I feel some type of way, right? Not from Barstool, just from the homie. This was the Pat Bev and Ron. We got 278,000 subscribers together. We got a YouTube plaque together. You feel me? So like, this is my dog. Like I thought, like, you feel me? This is my dog. So I hit the group like, yo, I'm back, boys. I'm ready to work. You feel me? Like, man, stuff is past, man. Y'all been holding down. I'm ready to get back to work. Ron reached out to me, man. I know you glad this is over. This. I'm like, all right. So okay, when do we start? And then they go quiet, and I'm like, they like, have you talked to anybody? I'm like, talk to anybody? Like, I talked to Dave. Dave say, have I talked to y'all? I talked to y'all. Y'all tell me, have I talked to somebody else? So me and Dave get on the phone. And Dave, shout out to Dave too, man. Solid dude since day one. Like from him finding me into where I am right now, media wise, he's been a phenomenal, right? Uh, I talked to Dave, and Dave hit me like, yeah, the guys wanted me to reach out and tell you that you know, they want to keep going how the pod is now. You know, you've been gone for 3 months and they want to, you know, just keep that going right now. And I'm like, what guys? Like, what guys are you talking about? Like, he's like, the guys from the pod. And I'm like, why are you telling me this? Like, why hasn't, you feel me? I'm talking about producers. Like, I'm talking about I got people who produce the show currently. I had them sleeping on my couch in my house, bought them beds, have my chef cook them meals. Like, I still ain't heard from them. Like, excuse me if I feel some type of way, y'all. Excuse me. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. You feel me? I'm wrong a lot. But I'm a real dude. So y'all let me know if I'm wrong or not for feeling this type of way. I say, Dave, why are you telling me this? Like, why ain't nobody from the pod like telling me this? Yeah, they told me to reach out to you. Right. And I'm like, okay, so what you saying? Like, what you saying? I'm just saying that guys don't want you on the pod. I'm like, but we was just doing numbies on the pod, right? We was me, J. Will, Wrong, first episode, 119,000, second episode, 94,000. Like, you feel me? Like, we've been doing numbies. Like, I say, all right, cool, right? Cool. And Dave told we chop it off about 30 minutes, right? We hang up. I hit Wrong. Text him. Like, damn, dog, like, you could have warned me about the bullet I was about to get, right? I thought we was friends, right? I thought we was, you feel me? Like, but regardless, it's always love. Wrong. You know the vibes. Like, you know the vibes. You feel me? Like, you Brody, to me still, right? Like, you know the vibes. Wrong hit me back like, yeah, man, I just found out 15 minutes ago before you talked to Dave. Like, I guess they made a business decision. So I'm really confused right now, right? I'm really confused. If we live in a place where it's innocent until proven guilty and I'm innocent, I don't understand why. Like, but that's a whole nother story. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm not with on the pod right now on Hoopin and Hollerin. But it's no, let me get this clear so everybody understands. There's no beef, no shade, no anything. I just know, like, I'm gonna get asked this question, so I'm gonna just answer it right off the top. Like, this is what was told to me, right? Even though we have a contract, right? I don't know if you feel me. If I didn't like a teammate, I just couldn't stop working with the teammate because I didn't like the teammate. Again, that's not how it works contractual wise. So, yeah, man, we just trying to find a way to kind of navigate through all this right now. So, that's the vibes with the pod and Hoopin and Hollerin. And it's no beef. Like, Wrong, I tell Wrong, like, come on, dog, like, you already know the vibes with me. It ain't never no beef. You feel me? Like, what you mean? It was Pat Bev, pod with Wrong. What you mean? Like, it could never be beef, So, like, shout out to those guys. It's always love. Y'all subscribe to those guys too, Hoopin and Hollerin. All the people from Hoopin and Hollerin, y'all subscribe to my YouTube because I'm putting everything out on my platform. So, and that's the vibes. So, my Twitter has been going crazy lately. I don't know if it's that I've been back or it's because of the questions I've been asking. One of my questions were the top 3 shooting guard of all time, right? And obviously we know the first 2. We know Michael Jordan is 1. We know Kobe Bryant is 2, right? We know that in the dough. So the third one caused a bit of a ruckus, right? I had James Harden as 3, right? And people via Twitter called me delusional, called me crazy, like they always do. They had Dwayne Wade and Allen Iverson. Again, to me, right, those 2 after James Harden, like, obviously, right, because, we speak about Dwayne Wade, right, championship. We speak about Allen Iverson, what he did with the Philadelphia 76ers, right? But I think the question to pose here is, like, peak versus longevity, right? And I like to think that longevity matters, how long you've been doing what you've been doing matters. It matters when it comes to professionalism, right? Taking care of your body. Is your body still able to go? I think I'm 37, so James Harden has to be 36, 37, same age. Like, so for him to continue to lead a team, continue to play a ton of games, right? Like his availability is there. Always, it's always been there, right? Um, they changed the rule for him multiple times, right? His IQ of the game, how he's able to dissect the game and get to the free throw line. I don't think a lot of people know this, but he's a statistically he's a better shooter than Ray Allen. He's right under Steph Curry when it comes to threes, like made. He's 2 all time, right? We talk about a person who's started his career uh, coming off the bench behind 2 Hall of Famers, first ballots, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, right? Found this niche, went to multiple teams, did things that we've never seen players do. 50-point triple doubles, 40-point triple doubles, right? And I think the argument with this is, okay, D Wade had a championship. And I'm from Chicago. I love Dwayne Wade, obviously, right? So I F with D Wade. Like that's the homie. But when it comes to like a player, right? You're talking about a player that can score it, a player that can get to the free throw line, a player that can pass it out of pick and roll. A lot of people were going under on D Wade pick and rolls. I ain't go front. Like, you feel me? A lot of people was letting D Wade have that. Yes, does D Wade have clutch gene? You're absolutely right. Yes, at times have we seen D Wade be more clutcher than James Harden? Yes, we have. But when we talk about a better player, like James Harden is a better player than Dwayne Wade, right? And and people get it confused because they think about um, the way he won a championship, and you can't take that away, right? But championship is a team, right? That's a team award. I'm talking about individual award. Who's a better player? And you have to go individually. You have to go with James Harden. I don't even think it's no disrespect to AI and Dwayne Wade. I don't even think it's close. Like I think James Harden really might be probably one of the best scorers this game has ever seen. I think we need to applaud that. So again, and I'm only referring to Twitter and questions that people ask me. They say Pat Bev 21 on Twitter. Um, who is your MVP right now, Pat Bev? Who's your top 3 in MVP voting right now? Right, I gotta go Shea. Right, I gotta go Shea. Just the fact that he's been dominant in 3 quarters, right? Like he doesn't even sometimes I think 113 games, he ain't even reached the 4th quarter. Like he's been killing people in 3 quarters, right? So I have to go Shea. I have to go Shea at 1, right? At 2, and this is no disrespect to Cade Cunningham at all. At 2, I'm going Jaylen Brown, right? And I'm only going Jaylen Brown because with Jason Tatum being out, what he's done with that Celtic team, being available, playing both ends of the floor, right? Having them second in the East when people didn't even have them making the playoffs, right? Uh, Keeping that competitive fire every time Boston plays somebody. Like you will look at the score and you think Boston will lose. The next thing you know, they come back and win, and he has 30, right? And he's guarding the best player on the other team, right? So he's at 2, and Cade Cunningham is at 3, right? And to me, Cade Cunningham should be higher, but the 2 people above him are really good. So that's why I'm putting Cade at 3. What he's done with the Detroit Pistons team, again, being available matters, right? He's been available all year. Um, no one expects the Pistons to be the number 1 team in the NBA, right? I think you got to credit their culture a lot. I think you got to credit their coach a lot also, but you have to credit the leaders. And Cade Cunningham has been there. Um, I said this before, and there's no disrespect to Cade. It just shows how good he is. I think he's the black version of Luka, the athletic version of Luka. You feel me? Like, and it's not to discredit Cade or anything, because Luka is probably go down as top 15 player in the NBA to ever play, right? But he's the size, the size, the 6'7", the body frame he has, the able to put you on your hip when I run pick and roll, able to post you up, you too little. His pick and roll reads, right? His ability to get to the hole. Now his ability to shoot the jump shot, right? So I got Cade at 3, and a lot of people not talking about my dark horse, right? My dark horse, and I might be biased, but my dark horse is Kawhi Leonard. What he's done with the Clippers this year, right? Awful start. I'm talking about god awful start to even have them in the playoff picture, right? And I know they're 8th seed right now, and I know, but what he's been doing, right? This healthy Kawhi, what he's been doing every night on both ends, also being available. You have to give him a lot of credit. So those my top 3, and my dark horse is Kawhi.
So, could this be fixed up? If not, where do you go from here?
Say, could this be pieced up? Like, that's the question. Like, somebody asked me, like, could it be peace, Pat? Could y'all find like a common ground? In my mind, I'm like, yeah, I thought it was already peace. I didn't. You feel me? I didn't know I was guilty. You feel me? Like, I didn't know I was guilty for something I didn't do at all. You feel me? Like, I didn't think my brothers would even look at it like that. Like, you feel me? Not even check up on me. Like, the producer, like, not even check up on me. Not even a call. You cool? Nothing, right? So, can this be pieced up? I mean, I don't know, because, like, I don't want to call it fake love, right? I don't want to call it fake love, because I don't think that's what it is. I think they were just trying to stay away from the situation. But, like, regardless, if that was me, and this is vice versa, what you mean? I'm flying to New York, checking on, and you cool, wrong? You need something? You straight? You feel me? I'm flying to New York. What's up, Tyler? You cool? You need something? Like, you feel me? Like, that's my vibe. You feel me? But from now on, from now until I learn something different, I'm really good in this media stuff, right? People like to hear my takes. I speak a honest truth. So a lot of my stuff go be on my own page, and a lot of my content is gonna be, going through my own page now. But I'm still with Barstool. It's funny. It's funny, y'all. I'm still with Barstool, but I'm not on the pod, but I'm with Barstool still. So, yeah, shout out to Barstool, shout out to Dave, shout out to Rome. Shout out to Hoopin Hollerin. Y'all subscribe. No, we got to do that. Like, I know people saying Pat, no, F that, Pat, no, they shouldn't do you like that. No. We got to be like that. We pros, we professionals, man. There's no ill will to anybody. It ain't no ill will to anybody. So, and I know people telling me, Pat, right is right, wrong is wrong. I know that's what people telling me, but like, it ain't like that. You feel me? Like, it ain't like that. It's always love with those guys. Always love. Whether we figure out a way for me to get back on the pod or I'm not on the pod no more, it's always love with them. Always love. No, man. I think it ain't fair to I think it ain't fair to everybody talking about some. I had somebody hit me on Twitter and say, man, Pat Bev, Jason Tatum a hater. How he gonna come back to Boston like that, man? He don't want Jaylen Brown to shine. I'm like, man, why are y'all trying to beef them against each other? We talking about two really good wings, right? And any hooper know, you get hurt, you pull a hamstring, a meniscus, you break a hand, you want to come back fast as hell. You want to come back, man. I'm trying to get back out there tomorrow, right? As a competitor, yeah, you like to watch your team. Like, I've been hurt, right? I've been hurt a ton, right? I've been hurt a ton, and I've been like, and I be sitting on the bench like, you feel me? And my team losing, and I'm like, and like I'm watching little bros get beat on, and I can't do nothing to help, right? So I don't like the narrative that they always trying to put them against each other, right? I think you have a really good coach who's able to manage two superstars and put them together for the better of the team. I think he can, if one superstar is hurt, I think he can manage the team with one. If another one's not available, he can manage with the other one. If they both available, they're a contender team. So I think you got to get coaching a lot of credit. But like, no, man, Jason Tatum, he ain't that type of guy, man. He ain't on no hating stuff. He ain't coming back just to take shine from Jaylen Brown. He coming back because he a competitor. Fuck that. I want to hoop. Man, I've been hurt. One of the quickest Achilles comebacks that we've ever seen. Like, I think you got to applaud that. I think you got to applaud his hard work, his medical staff team around him, Boston medical staff team around him. I think you got to applaud them a lot, right? And we've only seen a couple games at it, but just to even come back and look, 73% of yourself, that speaks a lot of his will and his hard work. So you gotta give him a lot of credit. I like Boston, man. I really like Boston. I think they're the sleeper team. I think they've upgraded in an athletic 5-man. I like their 5. I love Peyton Pritchard. You know me, I love Peyton Pritchard. And so I like the core what they have. It's just they got to get the right matchups. And you get the right matchups against Boston, against Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, you always put yourself in a position to win a ton of games. So I don't know. I ain't gonna jump off the top and say, you feel me, they contenders. But if they get a nice path to, first round, second round, Eastern Conference Finals, they can sneak up on some people and beat them for sure, for 100%. So that's my take on Boston. Okay. Does the Wizards get better after acquiring Trae Young? Right. I say yes. Because not only did they acquire Trae Young, they have Anthony Davis also. They have a lot of young guys also. Alex Sarr, I like him a lot. I think he's naturally a 4, but he can guard the 5. So I think that kind of helps Anthony Davis. I think health is the biggest thing for the Washington Wizards. Right. I think you can kind of play Trae Young off the ball. He doesn't have to be on the ball dominant a ton, right? What kind of teams kind of key up on? I think you can run Trae Young off some pin downs and off some off screens, right? I think they're a better team with Trae Young and Anthony Davis. I think they are. Health-wise, we don't know yet, right? Health-wise, we don't know because health is really important. So we don't know health-wise yet, but like, did they get better getting Trae Young? Yes. Yes, they got better getting Trae Young. So a lot of people been asking like, Pat, man, you've been out the mix. It's a lot of stuff that's been happening. You feel me? And I've been wanting to talk about so much stuff, and I just wanted to keep quiet until my personal stuff got taken care of. And thank y'all again for the thoughts and prayers. But the main question I kept getting asked is, Pat, what you think about CP3 retiring and how the Clippers treated him? Right. And I think first off, you have to address the biggest, I wouldn't say issue, but the biggest news flash of this all. We witnessed probably one of the best top 5 point guards, right? Right. And I don't know if a lot of people seen Chris Paul when he was with Charlotte Hornets, right? And early Chris Paul when he was with the Clippers, right? And even the last Chris Paul we seen when he was with the Spurs a little bit, like he was point guard for a reason, right? Like I don't care how you put it. It a lot of people say it'll never be another Russell Westbrook, it'd be tough to see another Chris Paul at that size, that competitive, like, fighting spirit, right? You have to give him his flowers. You're talking about over 19, 20 years playing at a high level, right? So CP3, I know people gonna be shocked about this. CP3, congratulations to a hell of a career, bro. You were always a matchup that I took super personal. Like, I used to have coaches, T. Lue, Doc Rivers used to tell me, come on, Pat, we about to play Chris Paul. Don't take it personal. Cause like, Chris Paul coming into town, like, he the point guard. He one of the best point guards to ever play the game. Yeah, your blood supposed to pump a little bit more. Yeah, the hairs on your skin supposed to rise up. Like, yeah, you supposed to, man, I ain't got my full hour of 8 hours of sleep. Like, I tossed and turned, man. I'm about to play Chris Paul. It's Chris Paul, right? So, like, shout out to CP3, man. Our matchups, hell yeah, I took them personal, bro. I wanted to pick you up 94. I wanted to take your ball every single time. I wanted to foul the shit out you. I wanted to be just super competitive. But it was a hell of a time sharing the floor with you, bro, and you deserve your flowers. But on the second half of the question, how did the Clippers treat Chris Paul? Right, I wasn't there. Right, I'm not in the locker room. But being a basketball player, right, and being a veteran, right, a lot of times us as veterans, right, we have we're very opinionated. And when I mean opinionated, like, we think that we know what's best at the time. No, man, we pick and roll, go under him instead of over. No, man. Us players, we in the game, we go run this, right? And I don't think, from what I've heard, I don't think that rubbed right with the Clippers, right? To let a guy go, a guy like Chris Paul, who's took that organization and amplified it, right? We seen him with the Lob City, and Chris Paul from the Clippers, right? So Chris Paul has to get a lot of credit of taking that team and, like, taking that organization to a respectable organization in another level, right? Because he was the point guard, he was the branch from under the coach. So you have to give Chris Paul a lot of credit. And I honestly think that the Clippers still go retire his number, and that's a flex still to even get your number retired. So, but to waive a person, not even waive, but to send a person home, like Chris Paul, shows you one of two things. Really shows you one thing, that it wasn't working, right? We see the way they started, 6-21 or 6-20, some shit like that. And we seen when he did get sent home, the team got better, right? And that's the truth. The young players look like they play with more freedom. And this is before James Harden even got traded, right? James Harden and the dynamic duo with him and Kawhi looked way much better. The bench looked more like they were playing free, right? So, I mean, it wasn't ordinary fashion the way, you handle a Hall of Famer like Chris Paul, right? You usually don't see that. You feel me? You want to see a player like him go out on his own terms. But, like, in an organization like defense, they got better. They honestly got better when he was gone. And that's the honest to God truth. You can look at the record. So us as veterans sometimes, like, like, we've been in the game so long, and so many people and players and coaches have so much respect for veterans that, sometimes we think we're doing good, right? And sometimes, for the sake of the organization and the team, it might not come across as that, right? I don't know if that was that situation with Chris Paul, but I look at when he was their record, and I look at when he has been gone, what's their record, and it's two different teams, right? So it's do you want to see a player like Chris Paul lead like that in that fashion? Hell no, right? You want to see him get applauded every stadium arena that he goes to throughout the NBA until it's over with, especially with the Clippers, right? But as an organization standpoint, shit, do we want to get to the playoffs? Do we want to be competitive? Yes. And I think they've done that with Chris Paul not being there. Oh, man, yeah, you right. A lot of y'all writing. I'm looking at Twitter right now. People asking me, hey, Pat, man, like, what's up with Paul George? I'm like, shit, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I ain't never known PG for taking any type of anything. Like, you feel me? Like, he a person that locker room next to him. Like, I ain't never known him from even taking motherfucking medicine. Like, you feel me? But, like, he did get tested for banned substance and got suspended 25 games. I think it helps him, right? I think in the beginning it was god awful, right? You hear some shit like that. He taking steroids. Oh, he trying to cheat the game, right? Right? You hear that. You hear that. But in all reality, right? 25 games, you know, him having a lot of responsibility with that Philadelphia team. He gonna be fresh as fuck for the playoffs. You know, you get a healthy him. You get to kind of play your edge comb a little bit more. That PG is out, so he gets a ton more minutes. Maxi's all-star, right? Embiid, I think you look at a potent, dangerous playoff team too with a rested PG. You know, I don't never like to look at, you know, a wise person always told me, try to find the good in every situation, good or bad. So I'm looking at the good of it. I'm looking like, okay, PG get the rest a little bit. He don't have to play a ton of minutes, which means that he ain't gonna get hurt. He gonna be fresh coming into April and May, been ready for the playoffs. But yeah, man, they caught my boy. They caught him crazy too. It looked all crazy. And when you see that, the first thing you think about is, oh, this motherfucker taking steroids, right? That's the first thing you think about until you read a little bit more in. But you know, he took his, you know, punishment on the chin like a big boy, and he'll be ready for the playoffs. But I ain't never heard PG even taking medicine. Like, man, my ankle hurt. Let me take some ibuprofen to take away the bite a little bit. I've never heard of that. So it was shocking to me for sure. It was real shocking. Okay, Konn Knueppel. I think he's a player that I watched, and I'm like, man, he got a lot of size. He can run a pick and roll a little bit. Like, I didn't know he can burn it like that though, right? I just thought he was real crafty and pick and roll. He can make plays, had good size on him. I didn't know he can burn it like that. He can fucking burn it. Like, he can burn it. He can, like, he might be top 3 shooter in the NBA right now. Right now. And he got swag and he tough, right? I think Charlotte got some decisions to make. You feel me? For their future. I don't know if I like him and LaMelo together, but I want to see him with the ball a little bit more. I think he has a lot more to his game than running to the, you know, when LaMelo has it sometimes, him running to the corner. I like them together though, right? Because I like them together though. But when it, you know, comes down to LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller and Konn Knueppel, you feel me? Like, I like Konn Knueppel with the ball. I like option 1, LaMelo. I like option 2, Knueppel. I like, you know, Brandon Miller when I'm talking about guards. I like Brandon Miller after that. So I'm a huge fan of Konn Knueppel. I like him. And man, he can burn it. Man, he can shoot the shit out the ball. And, you know, I got to address this because this is on Twitter and this, I mean, a lot of people had a ton of opinions about it, right? And I'm a polarizing figure. Like, I've always known that. Been in the NBA, you don't like me if I'm on your team. You love me. I mean, If I ain't on your team, you hate me. If I'm on your team, you love me to death, right? So that's always been like my, my status or, my profile around the NBA. And obviously you have that type of profile, people, yeah, one fan base loves you to death, every other fan base hates you to death. But I think the comparison, I don't think it was a Patrick Beverley versus who's better versus Wemby, right? I don't think it was a Pat Bev versus Wemby comparison. That's not the comparison. Let me get that clear. Wemby is a one-to-one. He's an alien. Y'all, the boy ain't real. Shit look crazy, the shit he do. I ain't never seen motherfucker do like, I ain't never seen a person look like him. Like, for real. I ain't never seen a person, hezzy pull, make free throws. He could block a shot. He could take a charge. He could shoot from the logo. Like, I ain't never seen a player like him. Like, he's not real. Like, he's not real. So, like, it wasn't a Pat Bev is a better player than Wemby. Not at all. Like, not at all. Like, you feel me? He's a one-of-one. But the argument was when Pat Bev, all right, played the Clippers, right, and I cried, people damn near crucified me for it. They made memes. What was the song on the meme? It was a nice ass song on the meme. You feel me? It had me crying, looking, talking about me. And as a hooper from Chicago, playing a team that I just played for the season before, that we went to the Western Conference Finals with, that I asked for a contract extension that I didn't get, to play for a team in Minnesota who won a measly 14, 15 games this last season, to take that team and take them and be one of the pillars of why we went to the playoffs. I felt like that was very emotional. My emotions took over me. People say, Pat, it ain't the case. You could have cried, but you stood on the scoreboard. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy, because Anthony Edwards was right next to me standing on the scoreboard, and y'all ain't saying nothing to him, right? And the comparison was me crying versus Wemby crying, right? And I don't feel me, like, I'm an emotional guy, so like my emotions get the best of me. I'm gonna shed a tear or two. I don't give a fuck how people feel the thing. Like that's just how I am, especially when it comes to the game of basketball. But the reasons they was giving me was Pat Bev cries, he overreacts. Wemby cries, it's the love for the game. I just be wanting the shit to be fair. And people responding like, yeah, Pat, because don't nobody like you. And then I'm like, all right, cool. Now I get it now. You feel me? But I just wanted to show people, like, I ain't cry for no regular season game. Y'all had me looking crazy. I'm talking about, want to tell everybody, I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. They right? You got my kids singing this shit to me, man. I'm driving my daughter to school. She's singing the meme song to me, right? That's how people know me. So I'm just trying to show y'all how y'all like to move the goalpost a little bit when it's Pat Bev. And it's funny and it's entertaining and we could talk about it, but ain't nothing wrong with showing emotion. You feel me? But it's the love of the game for me too, man. It's really the love of the game for me too, man. So yeah, I think that's the answer for that one. Shout out to Wemby though, man. Keep crying, my boy. Ain't nothing wrong with crying, man. Real man cry, man. Bam, 83 points. Huh? Is Bam 83 a real 83 or a fake 83? I ain't never knew it was a fake 83. Motherfucker ain't never scored 83. How could it be fake? See, that's as real as it get. Now, if you talking about statistically, that's another thing. But I don't think, I seen people say, man, he should have an asterisk to the 83, Pat. I'm like, what are you talking about? Who do you know in the NBA scored 83? Like, nah. It's just that people were shocked that it was Bam. It wasn't like a Steph Curry. It wasn't like a LeBron James, right? When you look at these many points against scored a game, you would think like, the super duper stars would be the ones that'll do it. The KD had 83, right? And then it'd be, it wouldn't look as bad, right? If KD had the same 83 and with the same statistic percentage, people wouldn't, you feel me? They wouldn't treat it like that. It was just shocking to people, right? That Bam did it, right? And to me, right, it was a post of all the bigs. Bam, top 3 big in NBA, been top 3 big. Olympic team, everything. So like, I don't know, you feel me, like what the surprise is, right? So like when he did it, right? When he did it, of course you gotta look at every little thing. Oh, he didn't shoot that, or he missed these free throws, or he went 7 for 22 from the three, or they was fouling. Like he at the end of the game, he telling his teammates, hey man, don't foul, play this shit straight up. Like, but what about the 60? What about the 62? What about the 73? What about the 78? Right? Like, man, give that man credit, man. That's 83 as real as it gets. 83 is as real as it gets, man. You can't wake up and just get 83. If it was fake, every motherfucker be getting those fake numbers. So no, you gotta give Bam a lot of credit, man. He did that. And I like how Coach Spo spoke up for him too. Y'all tripping, man. Y'all missing the point. Like y'all missing the point. That 83 is real as it gets. Straight up. 83 is real as it gets. And he lucky Trae Young wasn't playing. Shit, he fuck around had 100. For real. Fuck around had 100. So that's the first episode, right? Everybody please tune in. My YouTube, Pat Bev, 21, TM, right? See what I try to do there. Anybody who subscribed to Hoopin Hollerin, that man, that we grew a incredible fan base with, / Pat Bev Pod with Ron, all those early subscribers. This is the new YouTube. You guys subscribe here. Pat Bev 21. Subscribe here, subscribe here, subscribe here. A lot of my content is gonna be on here. A lot of clips are gonna be on here. So you guys subscribe here, all my loyal fans. The reason why we got the YouTube plaque in the beginning, it's okay to be subscribed to 2 different shows, right? So I guess we gotta call this what? We gotta call this the Pat Bev Show, right? So thank you guys for tuning in. It's the Pat Bev Show. I'm happy to be back in front of a camera. Y'all stay tuned. Subscribe to the show.